Hello and benvenuti. I'm Tony LaFaro and I'm pleased to introduce the segments in this show. First we have Echo de Molise Medieval Festival. Next, Ottawa Distinguished Women's Annual Celebration with honorees Carla Manola Lapa and Nadia Lapa, followed by City Boy with local comedian Fabio Ricci. Then we meet up with amazing Abruzzo tours, and last but not least, l'Età d'Oro April birthdays. Enjoy the show and buona visione.
Sono contento per essere qui questa sera per rendere omaggio a 4 persone straordinarie che rappresentano il meglio della nostra comunità. Each of these individuals was nominated based on 2 defining criteria: more than 30 years of dedicated volunteer community service, and proud roots in the Molise region of Italy. And it's precisely this combination, heritage and service, that we celebrate tonight. So, Matteo Mancini, Rose Gianmaria, Giovanni Maiorino, and Paolo Siracco. They're builders of communities through cultural organizations, churches, educational programs, or charitable initiatives. Perhaps most importantly, they're quiet leaders, individuals who did not seek recognition, but earned it through consistent, selfless service over a lifetime. On behalf of the board, we thank you for your decades of service, your leadership, and the legacies you've built. Yes.
Can I make a quick
Sure.
joke? I just think it's hilarious that as we're giving out the awards, Rose has not stopped and is continuing to sell tickets. Rose Gianmaria, just relax now. Enjoy the moment.
Rose, put the bag down. I'd like for you to come up here and receive your letter of commendation. Rose Gianmaria, everybody. So the next award winner is Paolo Siracco. Is Matteo Mancini. Matteo, come on up. And last but not least, my uncle, Giovanni Maiorino. So my uncle would like to say a few words.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you choose. And I would say thank you for my wife, my secretary, for 60 years married. I really appreciate you guys. Do a good job. You're young and keep up. My nephew, taking it from your younger job. Thank you so much. It was a good evening. Thank you.
Allora, mi trovo con la presidentessa dell'associazione AMO dei Molisani di Ottawa, Anna Romano. Anna, grazie per essere qui con noi stasera con Oggi Ottawa. Quindi Anna, volevo farti qualche domanda di quello che succede stasera. Mi puoi dire un paio di parole perché siamo riuniti qui?
Certo, allora noi cerchiamo sempre di fare un evento con una componente culturale. Allora per questa festa abbiamo pensato di celebrare il nostro patrimonio medievale. So the theme for this evening is Echo del Molise, where we are rediscovering our medieval roots and gathering as a community.
Mi spieghi un po' questa serata, cosa stiamo facendo, perché siamo tutti insieme?
Ok, in inglese perché il dialetto nostro non lo capisce nessuno, non anche Luigi. This is basically in honor of Rodolfo de Molise. The story there is that in Normandy, and that's where the Viking theme comes from. It's actually called Normandy because of the Norsemen. They're actually Vikings that settled there when they went into France. And in that region, Rodolfo's father didn't do a good job of protecting the land. But at the end of the day, he had 8 sons, and they were all basically going to be disinherited from the land. So they weren't going to own anything in Normandy. They decided to go south, up in Boiano, beautiful little region there. Bovum, I think it was called during the Roman times. And in that region, he settled for 5 years. He brought his investment money, his seed money, did very well, and they honored him by naming the region after him. His other brothers didn't do so well. I don't know where they ended up, all of them, but the ones that ended up in Sicily were excommunicated by the Pope because they took over some holy land. So he did very well for himself in the region. And here we are, close to 1,000 years later, we're still carrying the name of Molise, thanks to Rudolfo de Moulins and his family.
Eccomi, Cristina dal Castello all'Eco del Molise.
Hi, my name's Lucia Loggia, and you're watching Oggi Ottawa.
Good evening, and welcome to the 4th annual celebration honoring Ottawa's distinguished women. My name is Maria Ricci, and it is my great honor to serve as chair of Femmes Remarquables Ottawa Distinguished Women.
Alors bonsoir, je m'appelle Marcel Morin et je suis vice-président responsable de la communauté francophone et ensemble, nous aurons le plaisir d'être vos maîtres de cérémonie. Nous sommes ravis de célébrer les réalisations exceptionnelles des femmes remarquables dont les contributions ont laissé une empreinte durable sur notre ville et au-delà.
Our celebration this evening is dedicated to recognizing leadership, dedication, and the profound impact these exceptional women have had on our communities. Thank you for joining us to share in this special occasion.
Carla Manoli Lapa. Carla Manoli Lapa has devoted decades to volunteer leadership in Ottawa's Italo-Canadian community, serving as Vice President of the Associazione Emiliana di Ottawa, co-founding and chairing Carnevale de Bambini, and producing landmark heritage books like Alla Tavola della Nonna and A Journey of Faith. She has also led St. Anthony's Parish Council for 9 years, organized major cultural and fundraising events, taught marriage preparation courses to over 400 couples, and contributed to national Italian-Canadian initiatives, consistently strengthening community, culture, and intergenerational connection. Nadia Lapa has dedicated years to volunteer leadership in Ottawa's Italian-Canadian community and as a passionate advocate for women's heart health, working with the University of Ottawa Heart Institute to educate both medical professionals and youth across Canada. Through her lived experience, public speaking, and community engagement, she raises awareness, influences education, and inspires others to prioritize health and cultural connection.
Siamo in compagnia di Carla Minoli Lappa, che è una delle due premiate in questa quinta edizione del Gala Distinguished Women, Femmes Remarquables. Ti chiedo subito, Carla, che emozione hai provato?
Beh, penso che più che altro quando si fa del volontariato si fa perché uno ha piacere farlo
e penso che nelle più parti, e non parlo soltanto per me ma anche per gli altri, quello che riceviamo facendo del volontariato è molto più significativo di quello che diamo, almeno quello è il mio punto di vista. Penso che sia una cosa, abbiamo delle qualità ed è la nostra responsabilità di tutti noi di utilizzare queste abilità che abbiamo, piccole o grandi, non importa, ma di fare il meglio per la nostra comunità.
Siamo con la seconda premiata, Nadia Lappa.
Sì, infatti devo dire che stasera è stata proprio bellissima essere qui a condividere la serata con tutte queste donne meravigliose che lavorano tanto per le loro comunità in vari modi, in vari
ambiti.
Esatto, scusa. Ecco, e per me essere qui, fare parte, io mi vedo, faccio quella piccola parte che posso per cercare di aiutare sia con la Heart Institute, sia con la comunità italiana da tanti anni, e veramente lo faccio col cuore. Con grande piacere e vedo che questa sera sì è importante, ma è anche importante portarla avanti e continuare a fare quello che posso per le comunità, sia quella inglese che quella italiana, tutti insieme.
È un tuo progetto futuro e continuare con l'Art Institute o hai altri progetti di volontariato e di impegno nella comunità?
Sì, io e la Carla abbiamo sempre qualche progettino in mente e per adesso sono molto coinvolta col Heart Institute, è qualcosa che per me è molto importante, far conoscere i rischi per le donne, anzi anche per gli uomini, ma veramente per le donne e per fargli capire che questa è una cosa molto importante che si devono proprio tenere conto della loro salute, del cuore.
Prevenzione.
Esatto.
Perfetto,
Sì.
Congratulazioni ancora Nadia.
Grazie. Molto gentile.
Grazie. Siamo qui con la nostra presidente, con la presidente Maria Ricci, la chair dell'associazione Distinguished Women. Maria, come sei riuscita ad organizzare con il tuo board questa fantastica serata?
Well, I'm very pleased of our team. I'm very happy with the orchestra, the young people who performed this evening. They were amazing. None of this would be possible without a lot of people supporting it. From my committee, who work really hard to make sure that the event is a success, to our sponsors, because without them, we can't do it. So we have the properties group, who are the catering sponsors, Dan McMillan and McMillan Investments, BMO Nesbitt Investments, who sponsored the beverages, Maria Pecorella, who sponsored the young people, Eolo Bevilacqua, who sponsored the decor. These are groups that have been phenomenal, and that's why we're able to provide this kind of event. And our volunteers who come here and do a lot of work, and our volunteers who come and record. So a big thank you to you, Carla, and to Joe LaFaro, whom I'm telling you, you guys do an amazing job, and you work so hard to support the community. We genuinely thank you. So thank you all.
Hello, I'm here with Fabio Ricci, Ottawa comic, who's just finished his one-man show, City Boy. Fabio, how do you feel after doing the show here tonight, live on Elgin?
I feel grateful and very satisfied. My heart is full.
What was the inspiration for the show? Why did you want to do it?
I've been writing stand-up comedy for about 8 years now. I've been writing a lot of material, and I just wanted to give myself a platform to just flex the full gamut of my material and really put together a 45-minute to an hour show. And I felt like this was an appropriate opportunity for me to do that.
I remember one time when I was a kid, I was at my nonna's place and I was like, I don't know, I was throwing a tantrum or whatever, having a fit. And I was like, Nonna, you're being an ass. I said that to my grandmother. And that's when I learned just how much she loves wrestling. He's like, no, Fabio, the mafia is not true. It's not real. No, no, no. It's not real. I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about? Of course the mafia is real. I was like, what's with all those cafes and restaurants in Montreal's like Little Italy neighborhood that just mysteriously burned down overnight?
Oh, yeah.
My dad goes, oh yeah, but that's just because they don't pay rent.
If you draw on your Italian childhood, why is that important to you to have jokes about your Italian upbringing?
I think it's important to celebrate culture. And there's a big Italian community here in Ottawa, and it's where I grew up. And I, as a Canadian, I'm very proud to say that I'm also very much in touch with my Italian roots, rather. And so it's really personal to me. And the Italian community in Ottawa specifically has given me a lot. And I feel like in a way, this is a way for me to kind of give back to them, is tell these funny stories of like cultural differences between Canadians and Italians and first generation, second generation immigrants.
Do you ever have to run the material by your parents to see if they approve of the Italian jokes, or you just let it be?
I let it be. I surprise them. When they come to my shows, they see it.
Are they big supporters of your comedy profession?
Yeah, my dad doesn't really understand what I'm doing, but he respects it. I can tell.
And what's your next future plans?
I'm going to release this somewhere at some point, and then, I don't know, keep writing material, keep doing shows, and we'll see what happens.
And I understand you had a part in a movie that was shot here in Ottawa recently called Italian Christmas. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that was a great movie, a great experience, amazing cast and crew. We shot it in about 4 weeks here in Ottawa. I play a character named Marco, and it's just a fun, heartfelt Italian comedy about family and culture and the food and the get-togethers and all that stuff. It's not often you get to do a comedy in Ottawa. A lot of them are dramas or horrors or things like that. So I feel very grateful to be able to have been a part of a comedy project, and it was just an unbelievable experience. I'll never forget it.
You have a face for Italian comedy, obviously.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good luck with your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So hello, Lisa and
Hi.
Jake. It's so lovely to have you here with us today.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you again, Trina.
And from Ottawa to Abruzzo, you're just outside of Torre de Passeri. Is that where your home is?
That's exactly right. That's where our villas are, and that's where we've made our home now for almost 11 years.
Oh, that's great. And that's what I want to touch upon. I'd like you to start with the fact that you both left respected careers here in the city of Ottawa, that you were long-standing in your careers, and you decided to just give it all up and take off over to Italy. So let's start with that part of your journey.
Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
Well, it started with Lisa's family. So Lisa's family is from Abruzzo. They're from a mountain village. And we've been quite a bit in our lives to Italy. And Lisa's family, most of them had never been to Italy too. So we decided, well, it's time to go.
Within 10 minutes of pulling up, you try to find, the oldest person in the village, and they directed us to my mom's first cousin, Riccardo, who was 92 years old at the time. And, like Jake said, within minutes, he was regaling us with stories about how he tried to reach my grandfather, after the war to come to Canada. And there was instant connection. It was really pretty magical.
Yeah. So we kept going yearly because they have many of these little villages have an annual festa, the patron saint festival.
Yeah.
Hers is in San Sebastiano di Marsi,
Yes.
and they have a 3-day festival. So we came back to the festival, which, as you know, they double as family and village reunions. So a tiny village that has 200 full-time people living there swells to more than 1,000 people during festa time. And we met more family, and they were warm. And so it started to be that we split our lives between working in Ottawa and planning to come to Italy and coming to Italy. And we were going back and forth and back and forth. And then something interesting happened. I was a journalist for the Ottawa Citizen, and the Citizen was struggling, and people were starting to be laid off. And I didn't want to be around for that, so I knew I had to find a new career.
Well, then I was turning my mind to, doing a career and a life change as well. I was a federal prosecutor in Ottawa, and as much as I enjoyed the work, it could be very challenging at times. And I really enjoyed my colleagues who are some of the, best lawyers in the country. I just didn't see myself there, for the next 10, 20, 30 years. So I thought, if I'm going to do something, it's now. And then the two of us, started talking. Well, what do we do well? What do we love? And we love Abruzzo, and we love hosting. And we had taken friends and family over the years to Abruzzo with success. And we thought, why don't we do that? And honestly, Trina, within 20 minutes of back and forth between Jake and I, we had our business plan pretty much nailed down, which was just bring the people, give them services, and once they get here, they will love Abruzzo, because, as you know, it's beautiful, it's authentic, it's not well known or overly.
It's a real gem.
Yeah, it's probably like Tuscany was 60, 70, 80 years ago, and so we knew that if we just brought people there, they'd love it.
We decided that we'd look at places to see what kind of would be fitting into our budget.
Yeah.
And we found our original villa, Villa d'Abruzzo, here in Torre de Passeri.
Yeah.
And we went home and we put our house up for sale.
Yeah.
Right away. So 3 years after closing the deal, 3 years and 1 month after closing the deal, we welcomed our first guests.
Yeah. Ottawa's been so supportive, and there's still Ottawa and Eastern Ontario is still our
almost half our guests come from
Yeah.
Eastern Ontario. So.
but also just people who read those Ottawa Citizen stories still, are booking based on reading those.
For Oggi Ottawa, we thank you very, very much. And it's just been a pleasure speaking to the two of you.
Been a pleasure speaking to you too. We thank you very much.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao.
Qui oggi, anche questo mese, è un bel successo. Allora, vediamo chi festeggia il compleanno. Oggi festeggia a Loggia Lucia. Auguri Lucia. Cercuozzi Clara. D'Amico Linda. L'Orfano Natalina. Magliocco Giovanni. Melito Franca. Moretto Michel. Pavone Lina. Pellitzer Elid. Perol Trudy. Ricciuti Antonietta. Turner Maria Veleda. Santa Maria Emilio. E Nicoletti Ruggero. A tutti noi buon compleanno a tutti.
Buongiorno, buon pomeriggio a tutti, sono padre Aniceto, sono molto contento qui con fratelli e sorelle che celebrano, festeggiano anniversario del compleanno this month. I'm so grateful to be spend my time here with them, and then I pray for them that God accompany them, give them peace, good health, and happiness in their life journey. Grazie, thank you, e buona Pasqua a tutti, and enjoy the meal.
Bonjour à tous, mon nom est Michel Moretto. Je suis ici à la Villa Marconi pour célébrer mon 83e anniversaire de naissance avec tous mes amis. Alors, c'est un grand plaisir d'être avec tous ceux que j'aime et de partager ce bon repas avec tout le monde. Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine.
Allora, mercoledì 20 maggio Joe Fascetta ha organizzato un piccolo viaggio di una giornata al Hard Rock Casino. I biglietti sono $10. Se avete email address vi danno un coupon di $25 quando arrivate lì. Dovete arrivare qui alle 9:30 per registrarvi e ritorna verso le 1:30 o le 2 qui di nuovo a Villa Marconi. Allora, vi vorrei informare, per favore un po' di attenzione, che domenica 7 giugno alle ore 3 avrà luogo l'Assemblea Generale di Villa Marconi. Siete tutti invitati a partecipare, ma se ci saranno le elezioni dei direttori del board di Villa Marconi dovete avere la tessera del 2026 oppure dovete rinnovare prima del 7 maggio del 2026. Allora vi ricordo, l'Assemblea Generale di Villa Marconi il 7 giugno alle ore 3 qui in questa sala Villa Marconi. Allora, martedì 12 maggio avremo l'Assemblea Generale dell'Età d'Oro alle ore 12 e anche qui siete tutti invitati a partecipare.
Hey Ottawa, Giuseppe the MC here. I'm excited to announce that my music video, Mama, will be airing on the next episode of Oggi. Stay tuned.